What I'm standing next to now is the film processor. The machine I was leaning on before is the film printer. Works like any other printer and basically takes the PDFs that we send to it and prints them out as film. Now our film comes out looking like this. It's a negative, as you can see. This is a black and white page. Any page in the clipper or any of our other papers that is printed in color, what we actually need is 4 of these. Newspaper prints in a color format called CMYK. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. I don't know why black is K, but it is. So what'll happen is instead of having, this is basically just a black plate, but since all we need on the inside pages to the clipper is black and white, it's all we need. If this was a color page, what you would do is you would get a C piece of film that allowed just the places on the pictures that you wanted to be blue, or the graphics or the letters that you wanted to be blue. Then you'd have one that was just the magenta, then you'd have one that was just the yellow, and then behind all that you'd put the black. Then when you put them together, those plates all together pushing onto the paper makes the color that you see when you are opening the clipper. Any combination, any greens, purples, any kind of oranges, things like that are made by combining those colors. And here's something that you may have seen before but not known what it was. If you've ever picked up the Globe or any other paper and seen, or even on some of cardboard products like your cereal boxes in the morning, you'll see these little, that look like target marks on the side. And those are registration guides. And basically what happens is this machine behind me, right here, is a light box. And what happens on this is you punch holes in the side of the film so that the film can then be applied to the plates, which are then affixed to the press. So black and white doesn't matter so much, but when you have those 4 different colors that have to be blended together, you've got to get them right on top of each other. So a pressman, whether at a newspaper company or, like I said, making cereal boxes, is putting those multiple color film together. They have to line it up perfectly, and they do so using those registration guides. Then after the film is punched, it gets put on our plate processor, which is essentially a giant camera, and I'll show you that next. So now we come to the final step in the plate making process, where things are just about to be put on the press. This is the plate burner. It's essentially a giant camera that allows light to hit a photosensitive plate for a few seconds and burns a mark in those places that are left uncovered by the film negative. So this green thing right here is a photosensitive plate. And the reason that I can hold it out like this is because you may have noticed that the lighting in these few segments back in the press room is a little dingier than those out in the production room or outside. And that is because this whole room is lit using only yellow light. If I was outside in regular, fluorescent lighting or natural lighting, this plate would be slowly turning black. It's not instant, but that is why we have to have the special lighting here. So, once the plate is affixed to the plate burner, what we do is we take 2 pieces of film and put them over there on the plate. Plates will be 4 pages of the newspaper. One plate is 4 pages of the newspaper. Each piece of film is 2 pages. So we affix the film. This is where those holes that we punched in the paper earlier come in. Close the top, and these machines use a seal, a vacuum, to create a seal around the film so that it doesn't move or shift around as you're developing it. Then we expose it to the light by flipping it over. Hit a button. Voila, you have a plate. Now, it doesn't look exactly the way you would think it would look when it first comes out, but then we run it through a chemical processor. This machine right here is our plate processor. The finished product looks something like this. And these are the plates that would then be bent and put on the press itself. And from then on, turn the press on, and you start rolling out papers.